Alright guys, hello and welcome to another set in Alchemy League, Season 4, Sprint 1, Round 4. I'm very excited that you guys could join today. I did a 4-hour-long stream yesterday presenting advanced methods in random map scripting, and the big thing that I learned from that is that there's so much stuff to cover you can't even do it in 4 hours, so I'll probably have to break that up. But today's stream will take a lot less than 4 hours, unless these guys are like both super try hard and like extremely equally matched at almost a perfect balance, right? You know you got a perfect balance between players when it takes forever for the game to end. Maybe that could be a good way of measuring it now that I'm just thinking about it. But we don't have time to think about that now because we have to cast some games. The first set in Alchemy League, these are on custom maps. The first set is going to be played by Wizanatic and Snappy. It's a play all 2. The map of the round is China Hot Springs, which Wizanatic had to pick. And then the players went through a discard system until only one map remained. And that is the map that they will play second. So they're going to play China Hot Springs first, and then they're going to play Yukon Gold Rush second. These are pretty good players too. I'll show off the statistics in just a moment, but I'll also let me zoom in on this so you guys can see like a little screenshot of the map a little bit better, and then we're going to zoom in on this as well already. Wizanatic and Snappy. Mongols are a common ban here for civilizations. Each player gets 3 global bans. Wizanatic, based on the maps that will be played, is banning Georgians, Bohemians, and Mongols. Snappy banning Chinese, Malayans, and Khmer. There are a lot of Mongol and Georgian bans on the Alaska maps because there are a lot of open spaces, hills, and wildlife. So it really makes sense that players are banning these kinds of civilizations. Chinese, Malayans, Snappy kind of banning, and the Khmer. I don't really know what's up with the Khmer, but the Malayans make sense. Maybe Snappy's afraid of them on China Hot Springs. And I don't really understand the Bohemians ban either. But for the most part, the other bans I do understand. Snappy's seen Chinese used pretty well in China Hot Springs. So we're going to take a look at the statistics for these players now pretty quickly. Let's pull that across the map. So the players that we're going to be looking at in the first set are Wizanatic and Snappy. Wizanatic is a German player, and Snappy, I think he's Argentinian, if I remember correctly. So not trivial for these guys to be able to play. We really appreciate them finding the time. Big time zone difference between these two. And their average is around 2K. So this is a 2K matchup here. These guys are really good players. Even if you see one of them get destroyed, know that that guy would probably wreck you, unless you're better than 2K. But these guys are very good. They're probably top 1% on the ranked ladder. I haven't looked at the ranked ladder lately, but really, really good players. And we're lucky that they're here, because they could be off making more money playing in easier tournaments. So, Wizanatic from Germany, Snappy from Argentina. Big time zone difference, but luckily little ELO difference. Maybe someday we'll have enough players in the league where we can actually separate people out into different time zones and match those people up. That would be pretty cool, but we're just not there yet, so we have to ask people to be a little bit accommodating in their scheduling. So let's get into the game now, guys. We're going to zoom in here to game mode. First map is China Hot Springs. I'm going to share Age of Empires 2, and we'll get started. Going to eliminate the fog of war here just because I want to go over the map. So we got this Hormiga Colonna, which I believe is just Snappy. Either that or Wizanatic accidentally sent me a recording of him practicing this game against an extreme AI. And the extreme AI was called Hormiga Colonna. I don't know if that's an AI name. But if that is the case, then we'll know pretty quickly, because a 2K player would destroy an extreme AI. It'd be non-trivial for them. So people like this map. Actually, we've seen this map played a lot so far in the league. I think what people like about it is that it gives them Nomad vibes, but it's a little bit of a twist here. You've got this water in the center, you can build on this water, actually. And you can kind of build castles along the edge to secure the channel, the stream. Fishing is good. You start off with a dock, and you start off with one deep fish and maybe a few shallow fish here. And it's always a kind of a tricky decision to make, you know, how much you want to invest in this dock, because the fishing is not that great up here. But both players are at least making one fishing ship, which is something that we would expect. Let's take a look at the civilizations. I love Wizenatic's choice of civilizations. Japanese. Japanese are a common ban on these maps because there are a lot of hybrid maps. And generally, like the first week in Alchemy League, you'll see everybody picking the same map and the same civ. And then as we kind of go along the course of the league and we force people to play on different maps, and people have had the chance to try out different... Holy, dock building. I guess Snappy decides he really wants this dock to go up his... Look at this. I've never seen so many villagers in the Dark Age building a dock. Okay, I guess he's just gonna... He's gonna fish with the villagers. I like this a lot. We got Wizenatic trying to dodge some Town Center arrow fire. He's stealing a goose here. Snappy gonna come back and try to take it, unfortunately for Wizenatic. So, what does that mean to Wizenatic? Well, that means that, at the very least, he knows... Oh, shoot, this is Snappy's point of view. Let's take a look and see what Wizenatic knows. Okay, so he knows a little bit. He does not have much knowledge of his surroundings, though. He's coming out here with the goose. He's exploring a little bit to some resources. He knows where his opponent is. But Snappy really capitalizing on fishing this deep fish with villagers, which is something what we have not seen a lot of on this map so far. Mostly we see the players take the deer and the geese, and they, with their villagers, and then they make fishing ships. But Snappy does not appear to be making any fishing ships from his forward dock. Now, Persians, of course, have the faster working docks. They have the faster working town centers. Not that that really affects the villagers at all. But their docks and town centers also have twice the HP. So this town center was 4,800, whereas this one only here has 2,400, and the dock here 1,800 versus this dock 3,600. So Persians can be difficult and frustrating to take off of water. Okay, it looks like Snappy has made some fishing ships actually down here. I will revise my previous statement. Both similar number of villagers here, but Snappy's just going around. He just wants to clear out this fish as quickly as possible. Maybe Snappy has played this map in the past, and he has decided that it's just not worth it to invest a lot in fish here. And so he's just going to clean out as much fish as he can with his villagers, and then be good to go. Let's take a look and see if his dock is making anything here. Now, it doesn't look like it's making anything here. So Snappy has a total of 4 fishing ships, and he's on his way up to the feudal age. So Snappy up to no good. Let's take a look at Wizenatic. Wizenatic also going up to the feudal age. He is Japanese. Benefits of Japanese are their fishing ships are super tanky. Look at this. It's got 120 HP compared to the normal 60. So they have twice the HP, and they have a faster work rate among their fishing ships. So Japanese highly favored. Looks like Wizenatic has kind of built his little fishing empire over here. Surprised the players have not figured out how to wall this off yet. I'm pretty sure that you can wall this off. I mean, maybe not, but I think you can. But I haven't seen anybody do it. I have not seen anybody do it. China Hot Springs is a map that was made by SingSing AoE. SingSing is a Chinese map scripter. Very good. Featured in many of the big competitions, actually. Map contests and such feature SingSing's work. So we're very, very privileged to have SingSing have made this map for us. I think it's a good map. It's a popular map, and it's pretty. And it represents a place in Alaska outside of Fairbanks, maybe a couple of hours, and where there is like this the water like gets forced underground for a certain distance. I think it's for several miles actually. This river gets forced underwater. Hey, Crazy Joe says morning tech and chat. Welcome, Crazy Joe. Really glad that you're here. The water gets forced underneath the ground and it's flowing through like the rocks for miles. And even in Alaska, when you're a certain distance below the surface, the water is heated naturally, geothermally, and eventually resurfaces in the China Hot Springs area. So even during the dead of winter like this, you can still have nice, toasty, warm water. And we can see some geysers here rising out of the lake, so it kind of captures that. Snappy has made some fire ships. He's sent one this way, and he's sent one the other way. Wants to make sure that Wizenatic is not fishing in places that he doesn't know about. And Wizanatic is fishing over here, and he's about to find it. Wizanatic has made a fire ship of his own, and he's trying to chase down Snappy's fire ship. Wizanatic deciding to repair. I wonder if we're going to see more demolition rafts. They are a very common weapon against repair villagers. We've seen them often. So who's going to invest more into water, and who's going to over-invest in water? We see Wizanatic, he's got no gold, he's making fire ships, he has 472 food, and Snappy, actually Wizanatic is closer to clicking up than Snappy is. So that's something to keep in mind. We should see a villager advantage slightly for Snappy, and that's indeed the case, 30 villagers versus 29. Persian Town Center is working faster, although I'm not sure if within this statistic is contained information about fishing ships too. I suppose that we could count them. We've got 2 fishing ships here, and I don't think we have any more. I think Snappy only made 4 fishing ships, maybe. Yeah, 2 more up here. So big fire ship battle. Snappy just wanting to sink the fishing ships. It looks like he's not really concerned. Here he is. Okay, he's going to fight Wizanatic's fire ship a little bit. Going to try to gang up on him. This is going to be a big demo hit. Yep, there it is, taking out 2 fire ships at the same time. Snappy has to withdraw, but I think Snappy is satisfied with the damage that has been done. Fire galley under repair. Wizanatic repairing his ships. I don't know. I think Snappy might be done. I think he might be done with this. He's still building another fire galley. Wizanatic has got something on this dock, but we have to change perspective to see what it is. So let's do that. It's a fire galley. Yeah, alright. So let me know if you guys are hearing double or if the game sounds are too loud. Is this villager going to get away? Oh my goodness, 1 villager HP. Wizanatic manages to save it. That was super close. I bet Snappy's not too happy about that. Wizanatic building a blacksmith. Could he be thinking about a galley transition? Or maybe he's just thinking about getting up. We look at Wizanatic's resources. He's about 300 food behind though, and he's only got 4 on food. So I don't think he's clicking up anytime soon. I think this might be a galley transition. Fire galley. Fire galley. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You never know. Snappy, though, is on his way up to the Castle Age. He's managed to maybe invest less in water or trade more efficiently on water. I'm not really sure which one it is. But whatever the reason, Snappy is headed up to Castle Age. He's about halfway there. And Wizanatic will be in big trouble if he does not click soon. So Wizanatic cleared up Snappy's fire ship. I don't see any more navy here, actually, for Snappy. So Wizanatic definitely investing more in securing the river. He finds that he can build a mill next to these fish, and now that he's secured the river, that's a safe option to take. It's going to take forever to get Snappy off of water, which will be annoying. Oh, Crazy Joe says the audio resolution and casting is perfect. Thank you, Crazy Joe. I'm glad that you are satisfied. So, Snappy building a stable because it is going... Sorry, Wizanatic. Yeah, Wizanatic does not know about this stable, actually. Let's do the Fog of War. Yeah, Snappy has built this stable here because he is Castle Age. He sees that his opponent is everywhere with fire ships. And he's making a scout first, actually. He's not making knights. It makes sense. Snappy must have lost his horse scout. So he's going to build a scout, and he's going to look around and see what Wizanatic is doing. He just needs to loop around here so that he doesn't have to fight the fire ships. And what's Wizanatic doing? Is Wizanatic reacting? Okay, yeah, Wizanatic is halfway up to Castle Age himself. So Wizanatic, seeing that Snappy is Castle Age, and I would assume he used the market to click up as soon as possible. And he is not going to be too far behind. He cannot afford to let Snappy get all over him with knights. Let's look over at Snappy's point of view here. We can see that he's getting husbandry so that his knights are faster, so that Wizanatic cannot escape. And he's got a knight here in this stable. So Snappy definitely planning on some punishment here. But I don't think he realizes that Wizanatic is actually not too far behind. Wizenatic capitalizing on the river to get some food and get up to the next stage. Wizenatic docking Snappy side of the river. That's pretty aggressive. Alright, and Wizenatic is up to the Castle Age now. I'm wondering if he's going to get the ship upgrade or if he's not going to bother. No, he's getting bow saw so that he can take wood faster, and he's adding a town center back here. This is a good town center. It's got some decent access to wood, and it kind of protects these berries. It protects this side of the berries, so it'd be a good town center for him. It's not on any particular minerals, but his initial wood option is pretty exposed over here, so this will be a good town center for him. Wizenatic burning Snappy's yurt, and he's also destroyed one dock, and he's probably going to try to destroy this. Oh, no, he's coming over this way. He probably thinks that Snappy is up to no good over here. Probably thinks Snappy is trying to sneak back onto water, because players like to do that. Another good town center here for Wizenatic. So Wizenatic basically hitting Castle Age and going into a 3-town center boom. Going to try to catch up to what he thinks is Snappy's mega boom, but I don't really know that Snappy is mega boomed here. I mean, Snappy does have a 6 villager advantage over Wizenatic, which at this level is significant. But both players want that 3-town center boom. That's all I can say. I don't exactly know what they're going to do with it. We've seen some players boom out to 100 villagers and stay in castle for a long time. And we've seen other players boom up to like 60 villagers. And, oh, here we go. Here's Snappy's troop of knights. And then go to Castle Age, or sorry, go to Imperial Age immediately. So, Snappy coming in with a troop of knights here. These are Persian knights. They are not really anything special, except that they get 2 bonus damage against archers. I don't think Wizenatic's going to be making archers, but he is going to be making a monastery, probably because he saw these knights galloping across the river. So, he wants to be able to convert these knights, and this monastery is right next to the relic. So, he'll pick up a relic. Guys, remember that, as always, Alchemy League is standard victory, because why would we remove possible avenues for entertainment? Why would we make the game more predictable by making it conquest? We want players, we want fun situations, we want relic attempts, we want wonder attempts. So Snappy, okay, Snappy's going to come around the back here. He's not going to find too much. I think he'll be a little bit disappointed, but let's go to Snappy's point of view and see what he knows. Yeah, so he doesn't know what's back here. So for all Snappy knows, there could be a ton of stuff back here. But there's not. He knows that there's gold here, I guess, and he knows that there's 2 mining camps. So that's probably going to be his priority to head over this way and see what's on that. He's doing his best to avoid the line of sight of the buildings. And now he comes in and he sees that it's all walled off. Poor Snappy. Now there is an archery range here, so maybe he'll get to use that sweet Persian bonus damage for the knights against archers. And I was wrong. Snappy does still have his horse. I guess he just wanted to leave it here to keep an eye on Wizenatic. There are some villagers. Snappy, Earth the Snappy. Alright, here he comes. He finds it. And he's going to get a couple villager pickoffs from this, actually. Knights are very powerful. Yeah, he gets 4 villagers with that. That's really good. And so, just like that, boom, takes the villager lead. Let's untoggle the fog of war now. So, Wizenatic building a university. Let's take a look at Wizenatic's resources. Is Wizenatic considering... No, he's doing the cav archer thing that I don't understand. Does anybody know why Japanese make cav archers on this map? Would really, really appreciate an explanation. I don't get it. Just do fast imp, halb, treb, just plow through your opponent and just end it. Why are we making cav archers? Oh, I suppose they're desirable for raiding purposes. So Wizenatic gathering his own army of cavalry archers, and he has water control. But Snappy has the score lead. Snappy has more villagers overall. It's got a smaller military though, but that's probably not including these ships here. Snappy wants to build a university of his own so that he can accurately hit these cavalry archers. I don't think he knows that the cavalry archers are coming, but he does now. Once he sees that these cavalry archers have denied the university. Oh, these cavalry archers are taking forever. What's going on with that? Snappy trying to force this university up. These cav archers, I guess they've got a few upgrades. I don't think that they have thumb ring yet. And that could be why they're firing so slowly. Here comes a knight. Wizanatic has some monks here to deal with knights, but he's not using them yet. He probably will soon. Oh, no. And Snappy's university is denied. So Wizanatic getting a little bit of revenge there. And he's almost tied it up in Villager. So he's going to build another town center here on this stone. He wants to secure stone so that he can build a defensive castle. And let's see if he's close to Imperial Age. No, he's making Scorpions. I think Scorpions are an interesting choice. Persians, I think, get... Oh! Castle drop. Persians get heavy Scorpions, so it's not like a dead line for him. He gets that... He gets that... The villagers decide not to garrison in this town center. He's given up on this town center, his starting town center. And he has to pull back here. Wizanatic's cavalry archers are following, picking off villagers. And this siege workshop is up, but I don't think it's going to be able to create anything. And this lady's running to safety. There are some scorpions here. The plan is to counter these cavalry archers with scorpions. He's got to be careful, though, not to get too close. Otherwise, the castle will destroy the scorpions. Yeah, he pulls back. Snappy under a lot of pressure. So, Wizanatic can deal with these scorpions by getting redemption, but I don't know that he will. We can take a look and see if Wizanatic is getting it. Japanese have access to redemption. Actually, he is getting it. That's so funny. Monks OP, man. They're very useful. Hey, Cookie Pirate, welcome. Yep. Let's get it out. Get the cast over, done and out of the way with, because it's one of the things that I want to accomplish today. I really appreciate you guys joining. Hopefully this time is useful, and if it doesn't work, then the recording will still be up. But I wanted to try to get at least one more cast in for Alchemy League Season 4 Sprint 1. So now Snappy has an army. Look at this. He's got Cavaliers that he's prepared. Sorry, not Cavaliers. Light Cavs that he's prepared for the monks. And he's got Scorpions that he's prepared for the Cavalry Archers. But Snappy not really getting any damage here. The monks all jumped inside of the castle. He's got to flee. Snappy is just going to go and try to raid. Those Light Cav, though, are getting decimated. There's only 3 of them left, and they're hurt pretty badly. Wizanatic having to pull off of this gold, though. So the Light Cav are still doing damage. Wizanatic opting not to go back with the Cav Archers to respond to it. Villagers are actually surprisingly close. Snappy's going to build this castle here to help secure this area. And he's going to flee as well. He's just building this partial house wall. I guess some of these villagers are going to get away. Snappy below 100 villagers. Wizanatic killed the deer, though. That's mean. All that Wizanatic has to do is come back this way and find this gold. And Snappy is in big trouble. Because I think that's his only... No, he's got one over here, too. Still, this would be a lot of villager kills, and Snappy knows it. So he's walling this off just to buy himself a little bit more time. Castle goes up. That's very unfortunate for Wizanatic that he did not find this, though. I like Wizanatic's aggression, though, I have to admit. He's on 106 villagers, 34 military. This is kind of Wizanatic at his best. Wizanatic's ability to just micro a huge empire and do all of these things at once. It is not easy microing Cav Archers. The only thing harder than microing Cav Archers is probably microing monks, which he had some of as well. So Wizanatic going to build this outpost here to keep an eye on what Snappy is up to. Snappy has some Scorpions to try to stop the advance of these Cav Archers. He's got a couple of fishing trips working on some fishing traps. Town centers are garrisoned. I don't think Wizanatic wants to stay here. And yeah, he has to withdraw. So when we have castles staring at each other like this, it's generally a race to Imperial Age. So Wisnatic should be trying to click up now. He knows that these castles exist. Trigger the Fog of War. Yeah, Wisnatic knows all about these. Let's see what Snappy is doing. Is Snappy going Imp? Snappy should cancel these villagers, sell this wood, and buy the food he needs to go up to Imp. If Snappy could go up to Imp right now, I think he could make a big comeback. Yep, and he just did too. Snappy got the idea. All I had to do was just speak that idea back in time. So Snappy's farming economy is all backed up right against the mountains here. Chena Hot Springs is sort of in a valley, so there's mountains on either side. And what is this? This looks like a castle dropping army. And what is Wisnatic doing? Wisnatic is not up to Imperial Age yet, so Snappy is sort of consistently... Wisnatic has the resources to drop another castle, though. And I think he wants to. He would love to... Wait a second. What is this? Oh, this is Wisnatic's castle. Okay, yeah, this is Snappy's castle. So Wisnatic has actually colonized this stone right here, which is kind of interesting of a choice. And Wisnatic has the resources to drop another castle. He's sent so many villagers to stone. He could be Imperial Age now himself. I think he stopped making villagers because he is interested in going Imperial Age. We got a big fight here. Snappy deciding to take. He's got some Scorpions working on the Cav Archers, but there are too many Cav Archers. He has to pull the Knights back. He's just going to let the Scorpions and the Skirmishers fight these Cav Archers. He doesn't want the Knights getting converted by the monks and killing his Scorpions. So he has to pull back here. Probably Wisnatic will drop another castle right here. Yep, there it is. So I love this, though. This is, and is Wisnatic on his way up to the next stage? I don't think so. It would tell me if he were. 134 villagers for Snappy, 119 for Wisnatic. Snappy, though, is Imperial Age. I believe he just got there. And he is building a defensive castle of his own, and he's going to be making trebuchets, I'm sure. Yeah, he's got 2 trebuchets from this castle. So Snappy is on the defensive, garrisons those. I like how he... This is 2K stuff, right? Like, any other level, like, you'd have somebody garrisoning all villagers. But Snappy specifically selects the villagers in range of the enemy castle and garrisons those instead. It's just like those little things that these guys are really good at. Snappy does not have a lot of this map left, but he can make a comeback. He's got trebuchets, he's getting armor. Maybe Wisnatic wants to force Snappy into going heavily into Knights so that he can transition into Pikemen. Snappy should garrison in this town center and kill these cavalry archers. Okay, it looks like he has done that. He'll need to repair this house. And he's just trying to button up all of these little gaps. Wisnatic owns the map right now. But the scores are surprisingly close for the amount of map control. Here comes some Suicide Knights. They're going to team up with these Knights here and then dive this trebuchet. Watch. But Snappy with the quick walls. Alright, so Snappy is able to... He's not able to prevent the Knights from getting to this trebuchet, but he is able to make it so the Knights can't get to the trebuchet as much. And he is able to do more damage with the trebuchet. Another one comes out. He's got another one back here working on the castle too. And this castle actually has the first range upgrade. Wisnatic's Knights are not well armored. He's Japanese. He gets all the Castle Age armor upgrades. But, you know, Japanese don't really want to be investing in Knights. And he sends other Knights over here too. And Snappy has trebuchets working on this side. So there's a lot of pressure on Wisnatic to try to get up to the next stage as soon as possible. And he is there now. So I don't know if Wisnatic will be able to save these castles. I think he's going to lose both of these 2 castles. He might be able to save this one. But Snappy has a Cavalier army. So now we see Wisnatic with the barracks. We're presumably going to see Wisnatic transition into Halberdier pretty soon. Actually, no, he's still down here with the Cavalry Archers. Snappy has built these stables for raiding purposes on the side, which players seem to like to do. They've been watching each other's recordings, which is good. And they've been giving each other ideas. So Wisnatic is housed in the Imperial Age. He's got 112 villagers, and he's got 166 population. He needs to throw down some houses. He needs to build that quickly. He's still in on those Cav Archers, but finally we see Halberdier research incoming. and infantry armor research incoming. So Wizanatic he's got a plan for these Cavaliers, because cavalry archers are not going to work for him long term. They're okay now with their numbers, but Snappy's making a comeback, guys. Let's see what Snappy is up to, actually. Snappy making more Cavalier. Now, these are Persian Cavalier. They do bonus damage against cavalry archers, because cavalry archers count as archers. That castle goes down. So he does actually manage to destroy 3 of Wizanatic's castles, which is a ton of damage. And he really needs to get that final armor upgrade, though. And then he's going to continue to make the Cavaliers. So just the whole front of Snappy's base is just a war zone here. Completely decimated. Wizanatic has lost his holdings, but Snappy does not really have enough to definitively push back on Wizanatic. But he can at least reclaim some map. His town center is going to go down. Snappy is getting Bodkin as well. I'm wondering if Snappy is going to be making skirmishers. Looks like he's got 2 of them. I don't know what the long-term plan is, though. Wizanatic is making halberdier. Japanese halberd, no joke. We can see that Snappy has a raid in the back of Wizanatic's base. By this point, he has no doubt discovered that Wizanatic is making halberdier, and so he'll be prepared for that. Let's take a look and see. Snappy with these raiding stables. Yeah, he knows. He knows about the halberdiers. And he does not want to fight halberdier with cavaliers. Wizanatic with another castle drop on Snappy. Snappy just innocently trying to take Wizanatic's stone here. And Wizanatic does not want to allow it. All of these villagers are probably going to die because this castle will go up and the cav archers will come here. And this town center will not be able to stay. Although Snappy might be able to still mass a decent army over here. Wizanatic choosing not to come this way, though. I guess Wizanatic deciding he needs his cavalry archers somewhere else a little bit more. Snappy coming in for a cavalry raid on the left now. Really trying to use the Persian mobility against the Japanese. Keep the Japanese guessing, which is the smart play. The Japanese will always win if they get to choose where to fight. In this situation, I really don't have a high opinion of Persians versus Japanese. Only if the Persians use mobility can they defeat the Japanese. Wizanatic trying to trap these cavaliers, but Snappy is able to get away with them. Building himself a market instead. I think he's already got a market. Yeah, it's just a market wall. His original market was still standing. Now, Persian skirmishers are missing Bracer. Persians don't get Bracer. But Snappy can still get Chemistry, which will help a lot. It'll improve their attack against Halberdier. And they already get bonus damage anyway, so it's not a huge deal, but it does hurt. Snappy has decided to build farms in this area. So he's going to farm this area, even though it's bitter cold out, and he's going to take this stone as well. Wizanatic looking to... Oh no, this is Snappy. Snappy wants to colonize this area. I don't think Wizanatic will allow it. Although Wizanatic may not have a choice. Yeah, he doesn't have a choice. He's got to leave. Wizanatic needs that tech switch. He needs Halb. He needs Onager. He needs Rams. He needs Samurai. Cavalry Archers. I think he's gotten the damage out of them that he needed. They might be doing more damage. Now, Snappy is actually pop-capped. Wizanatic is not pop-capped. 120 and 134 villagers. Wizanatic over here cleaning up Snappy's... Oh, okay, this is what it is. So the cavalry archers are coming back here to... Look at this. The trebuchet has converted Snappy's... Sorry, Wizanatic's monk has converted Snappy's trebuchet. That's what I wanted to say. That's really funny. And now he's repairing this, and he's going to shore up this side. I don't really know what side he's going to push from, but this has been a pretty good game so far. Snappy has castle-dropped Wizanatic's fishing ships, which is pretty unfortunate. Even Japanese fishing ships are not going to be able to survive this. especially if they're dropping off at a dock that's underneath this castle. Snappy making another castle here. Has Snappy made a comeback? We've seen the score reverse. Wizenatic slowly getting more and more Halberdier, though. I think that Wizenatic really needs this tech switch now. And he just has to decide where to push with the Halbs, the Onagers, and the Trebuchets. Actually, Kata Perutu Trebuchets would be pretty awesome. And Halb. You could attack ground with the Trebuchets. And... Or actually, you could not attack ground, but you could have a bunch of them. And you could kill skirmishers that way. But... skirmishers counter everything that Wizenatic is making. He does have a lot of cavalry archers, though. He's got 34 of them. Snappy having to withdraw. Is Snappy going into Commanderons? Commanderon crossbowmen? It looks like he is, and it looks like Snappy is also getting this Persian unique unit, which is the Savar. I'm not really sure what... I think the Savar is like their unique upgrade. Instead of Paladin, they get Savar now. You guys will have to correct me if I'm wrong. But Savars could be pretty powerful. I think they've got an extra pierce armor relative to Paladins. They're pretty much immune to range damage. But they're overall less powerful in melee than Paladins. So Wizenatic is going to see these Savars and say, I don't want to fight that. So he's going to try to get this castle up. He's trying to push over here. He just needs more pikemen. Will we see Wizenatic making more Halberdier? Come on, Wizenatic, you can do it. He's making some Halberdier, but he needs like 6 barracks up in here. Pumping out Halbs, and he needs to be patient, and he needs to have the castles, and he needs the Trebs, and he needs to just crawl it. Crawl it, Wizenatic. This is what the Japanese do. They crawl it. But he really likes his cav archers. But it doesn't really look like he's making many more of them. So, maybe it's the end of an era. And, you know, maybe these cav archers were the smart thing to do because they were mobile and they could do damage, and only now has it reached the point in the game where Halberdier are what he wants. I don't know if Wizenatic has Kata Perutu. I suppose that we could check the technology tree to see if he researched it. It looks like he did research it. That explains it. Whereas he does not have Yasuma. But why would he want Yasuma anyway? There's no towers here. He's not making towers. He's just trying to keep this castle up. This castle is helpful for his cavalry archers. It's shredding skirmishers here. And he does take that castle down. Now he's got all of these trebuchets, and he's got the cav archers now rushing in to kill some villagers. This game has been back and forth, and I love it. So it was looking like Snappy. And meanwhile, Snappy is probably massing up Savar. If I had to guess, that is what Snappy is doing. Either that or he's just raiding Wizenatic. This looks like it's been hit pretty hard. He's gotten Hussar here. Yeah, he's in Wizenatic's base. Wizenatic actually only has 81 villagers. So Snappy has definitely raided him hard. Wizenatic has to respond here. He's got his halberdiers. No, Wizenatic, no, wrong way, wrong way. He doesn't notice. He doesn't notice he's being raided, or maybe he doesn't care. He's out to just destroy this castle. He's got more stuff over here. Wizenatic just being pecked at everywhere. He's making a villager. Snappy is attacking from this side. Really what Wizenatic should do maybe is repair this castle and then have a couple of his own trebuchets attack that trebuchet. That's what I would do. Wizenatic needs the gold. He's got the trebuchets sieging Snappy's castle. Wizenatic's fire ships are chasing off Savars. That's pretty funny. Okay, so that castle goes down. He could leave maybe just a couple trebuchets attacking this town center, and then he could kind of work his way back over here. Snappy, though, really raiding him hard. Wizenatic down to 47 villagers. I don't know that he's realized how badly he's been hit. He's moving the cavalry archers in. This castle under attack. He's got a samurai attacking this villager. Can't repair out of resources. So he buys some stone, I believe. Wizanatic with 50 villagers, so he's starting to rebuild his villagers. He's trying to stabilize here, but Snappy just keeps on punishing him with the cavalry raids. The Halbs are ripping through the Hussars, and he's now sending military to defend his people. It might be a little bit late for that. He's taken a ton of damage. However, he did clear out 2 castles and a bunch of Snappy's eco from this location. And he wants this long term because he wants these resources. He wants these berries, but most specifically, he wants this gold and these stones. I don't know if it was worth it, though. I guess we'll find out. The thing is, you know, Snappy does not really have the unit composition to fight the Japanese here. Oh boy, look at these trebuchets. What are we going to see? We're just going to see these Katapurutu Trebs. Okay, we saw them annihilate an archery range. And he wants to do a castle and Treb crawl. I think at this point, the trebuchets are... This is such an arena move right here. The trebuchets attacking the units and just wiping them out. Wizanatic is up to 55 villagers. He really he needs to destroy these stables. These stables keep on spawning Hussars. See, now he's going to try to go away and go do something with these units besides defend his base. And Snappy's going to come back and kill some more villagers. He's paying attention. He sees these Hussar coming in. He's got the Halb chasing them. Snappy's probably going to use these too at some point. I just don't know when. I wonder what the relic situation for the players is. Has Snappy gotten any relics? I don't think so. I don't think Snappy's gotten any relics. Let's see if Wizanatic has gotten relics. Let's see if we can find his monastery. Alright, here it is. He's got 3 relics. Oh my goodness. That makes a big difference. So Wizanatic is slowly trickling this gold in from 3 relics. I don't think Snappy has any. I'm going to try to see. He must. Snappy must have the relics. I don't see them on the map. Oh wait. There's a relic right here and Wizanatic hasn't gotten it. Oops. Oh, he sees it now. He's thinking the same thing that I am. That's really funny. That basically at the same point in time in the game, he's thinking the same thing that I'm thinking which is, oh shoot, I never picked up this relic that's literally 5 tiles from my monastery. That's funny. Does this map only have 4 relics though? Wait. Oh no, there's 1 relic right here that Snappy did not get. Because Snappy's been under too much pressure. He's attempting to keep this castle up, but there's just too many Katapurutu trebuchets at this point. Is Wizanatic going to come back and win this from 45 villagers? Is Wizanatic really going to do that? I'm just, like, shocked if Wizanatic could do that. I mean, Snappy has Persian Savars, and he's got Hussars, and he's got the stables on the side, he's got the raids. Actually, Snappy is preparing, it seems, one more push to try to just crush Wizanatic's economy. And if that doesn't work, I think he'll probably resign. He's lost a lot of ground again. Look at the samurai just tanking those javelins. Snappy's trebuchet is working on this castle. Wizanatic would probably want to come in here with the cavalry archers to clear it out. But he's afraid of the skirmishers, which I don't really blame him. These villagers coming forward to repair trebuchets, possibly. I'm not sure. Here we go. So we've got a big Commander on crossbow raid here. And Wizanatic, it appears that he's not that hurt, though. I don't know where all the cavalry went from these stables. I did not see. We know that these crossbows couldn't have been garrisoned in the stables, so I'm not sure. Oh, here it is. So he's going around looking for damage. He's just got to, like, camp these commandrons around the town centers and just keep Wizanatic off of the farms. But he wants to get over here on this stone. That's what he wants. There's no more stone, but the villagers are trying to make a break for it, so maybe he could get those. Snappy building another archery range. Snappy does not like to give up. That's for sure. He is very tenacious. Wizanatic with 4 relics. And Snappy denying the last relic from Wizanatic. Wizanatic still has the score lead, and he's got 4 relics. Snappy has the larger economy. He keeps raiding Wizanatic in a very annoying manner. I would love to see onagers. Oh, wait, what is this? Snappy building some siege workshops. What is going on with that? Let's take a look. So if we look at it from his point of view, he's getting siege rams. I love this. I love this. Siege rams are such a game-ending unit. They have a ton of health. They have a ton of pierce armor. If your opponent is making a lot of buildings and ranged unit, siege rams are just like I win. If you can get them going. But Snappy does not really have the map. He needs to build some more houses, it looks like. He does have capped ram. Is he going to get the siege ram technology in time? I don't think so. It's a great idea. I don't know where I would have built the siege workshops. I guess he's going to build it on this side. He just doesn't have the map for it. Maybe he could have gotten the research from this siege workshop. Would have had to plan the siege ram a little bit better. He did get the technology. So he has the technology, and now he has to relocate. I think Snappy is going to try to take this wood over here. At least that's what I would do if I were him. Sending his skirmishers over. Uh-oh, the skirmishers are going to be fodder for Kataparatu Trebs, though. Yeah, he's got to run away. Is he still making the siege rams? No. Wizanatic is still making the heavy cavalry archers, though. Here's a siege ram coming to get the... Oh, it's panic time. The villagers are shanking the siege ram. Snappy trying to push through. He does get one hit on these trebuchets before the siege ram is destroyed. He needs probably like 5 or 6 of them before he can really... 5 or 6 siege rams with like 10 hussars, a couple camels, a couple of other supporting units. And that's actually a real dangerous push. And Snappy is capable of that. Make no mistake. Even though Snappy is cornered and wounded, he's very, very much still dangerous. And Wizanatic knows that. I mean, Wizanatic has not even dealt with Snappy's raids back here. Wizanatic down to 81 villagers. It's still better than the 45 that he was down to earlier. But he's definitely suffered from the raids. I'm having a lot of fun watching these players exhaust their options. Alright, Snappy coming back. He's got 2 rams. He really needs some cavaliers with the rams, I think. There's no reason not to, right? Not cavaliers, but savars. Okay, here they come. He's got the supporting cavalry for this. And Wizanatic needs to be very careful. This is kind of a punishment because Wizanatic doesn't have the halbs out here that he needs to have. And this castle is actually going to go down. It's not a huge loss for Wizanatic, but it's a win for Snappy because it gives Snappy a little bit more room to build buildings. This castle is not securing resources, really, that Wizanatic needs. Now, if this castle went down, then Wizanatic would be in a little bit more trouble. And it looks like this castle is actually at risk of going down. Wizanatic has pulled his trebuchets back, and I'm not really sure what his plan is, where he's going to push next. He wanted over here, but it looks like Snappy's back over here taking this gold somehow. Wizanatic with the 4 relics. Snappy's got all of these different units lined up. He's pop-capped. Let's take a look at Wizanatic. 135 out of 200. Alright, so Wizanatic investing more heavily in the Samurai, which I think is smart. I think Samurai are a good unit in this application. They will shred through the rams. They attack so quickly. But he doesn't have many upgrades for them. But he knows he needs to take a fight. He's just delaying as much as possible. Here it is. Villagers coming to shank down the rams. Wizenatic 67 villagers to Snappy's 98. We got these rams here running away. Actually, Snappy could use these rams to tank cavalry archer fire, and I think that he would do pretty well from that. But Snappy has resecured his side of the map. I mean, Wizenatic's got a couple of things over here, but Wizenatic calls the GG. He's out of steam. Persians taking the first game against Japanese on this map. Both really good hybrid civilizations. But Snappy winning this game with siege rams. Siege rams are a remarkable game-ending unit. This was a very entertaining game back and forth. Snappy just could not figure out how to do it, but eventually these siege rams were just too much for Wizenatic. Wizenatic was too invested in range units to be able to deal with these siege rams. And that, combined with the fact that Snappy was repeatedly raiding Wizenatic and weakening him, which, in all fairness, that may have prevented Wizenatic from investing into Halb the way that he wanted to. Because I think he did want to go Halbs and maybe more Onagers, but it's expensive, and you can't afford it when you've got all of your enemies' hussars running through your economy. Yeah, this is a really, really good game. So let's take a look at the next map, the next match, I should say, or the next game in this match. Let's take a look at the statistics first before we do that, though, just because I'm on my way here. So in terms of units killed to lost, Wizenatic has a positive KD. He killed more units than he lost. He raised 52 buildings. They both lost about 50 buildings. Wizenatic with 10 knight conversions, essentially. Snappy with the largest army of 103. Snappy with a larger economy, except for the stone, which makes sense, because Wizenatic was building castles everywhere. Snappy with the faster advance times. Wizenatic with more castles, more relics captured, more relic gold, but Snappy with a larger villager high. So it feels bad, have all these relics and still get crushed, but that's what Siege Ram does to you. It's just a game-ending unit. So now we're going to take a look at the second game here. This is Yukon Gold Rush, and let's load the replay. So Yukon Gold Rush, let's talk about this map while I get going again. We'll disable the Fog of War. This is a map that was made by Jasuni for Alchemy League Season 4. It is representative of the Yukon River, which is a culturally significant area in Alaska. It's a big, long river. Comes from the Yukon Territories in Canada. And Snappy, and the big thing with this is you start with villagers that are seemingly panning for gold along the river. You don't have much gold. You've only got 4 tiles instead of 7, and then you've got 1 secondary gold instead of 2. Actually, you might have another one, but it's like super far away. And so you want to secure this river for gold reasons. There's some fish in this river, but no deep fish. Wizenatic choosing as Hindustanis to build a mill here and just continue taking this fish, whereas Snappy takes some fish and then he goes home. So this is actually a pretty big open map. It's kind of a simpler map concept, but we like it. It works for us. We can't have a bunch of super complex maps in our league, otherwise people will get too scared. But it's basically asking the question, what if you did Highland, but in order to make the river valuable, instead of having a few crossing points, you just have gold instead of fish, basically. And you could walk throughout the entire length of the river. Those are the questions that we asked. Hey, Crazy Joe says he's got to go. You've seen lurked some live games. We'll keep an eye out for more. Give your regards to Blake the Cat. Thank you, Crazy Joe, for being here. It's always a pleasure. Thanks for your support. I'm glad that you are interested in Alaska maps. Okay, so Wizenatic's going to take this fish, and I think both of these players, based on their civilization choices, are going to go scouts. Let's take a look and see what their lumber camp situation is. Snappy's lumber camp situation is so frugal that you can't even see it. You can barely see it. I guess there's a little bit of an outline here. So he's got 2 on wood. So this is a scouts build. Generally, when you only see 2 on wood, you're talking like 19 pop scouts. Let's take a look and see what Wizenatic is doing. He is just building this lumber camp now with 5 villagers. So Wizenatic is also doing a scouts build, but it is a different kind of scouts build, that instead of having 2 on wood for the entire Dark Age, he has nothing on wood for the first half and a bunch on wood for the second half. So I think that they are both going scouts. Their civilizations suggest scouts. Of course, the Magyars get the free forging, which makes their scouts a little bit more potent against villagers in the early game. And Wizenatic, Hindustani scouts, well, I don't really know what bonuses they have. I think they do like bonus damage against buildings or something like that. Somebody in chat can correct me. Maybe Jasuni himself. If he's here. Jasuni likes to watch particularly the ones where they play on the map that he made, because it gives him good feedback on how the map plays out. And he can know if he wants to tweak some things. So we're witnessing some lightning builds here. Wizenatic going up to the feudal age at 6 minutes. He's clicked up. Think about that. He's going to have like an 8-minute feudal age time. How many villagers does he have? What's his population? I guess he's got 20 pop. But remember that he started with like 3 gold panning villagers. So this is basically the equivalent. If this were an Arabian map, this would be like doing a 17 pop scouts build. And meanwhile, Snappy, let's see what Snappy's doing. Snappy is really fast as well. He's actually good, maybe even going to be a little bit faster. So it's just crazy what these guys. But you give 2K players a custom map like this, and you know these guys are well practiced on maps like Arabia. They're doing their 18, 19 pop scouts build, and you give them 3 extra starting villagers on like a river full of fish. They're going to come up with something insane, and that's what these guys are doing. They maybe even, and I don't want to say that these guys are going through and like inventing build orders, although maybe they are, but they may be able to take even like a build order that a pro developed and just adapt it for a map like this. So there's a lot of opportunity to watch and learn from Age of Empires, and then apply it to unique situations and test it out and see how it does. So Snappy he's about halfway done with his first scout, and we're about 8.5 minutes into the game, the second game. So Wizenatic building his stable. Wondering if Wizenatic is going to make a spearman because he was up second, and so he feels threatened. Yeah, he is. He's going to make a spearman. He knows. He knows better than we do that his opponent is up to no good. His opponent is making scouts. A very fast scouts build. Wizenatic long distancing a lot of deer. He's built 2 mills, actually. No. Yeah, there's a mill right here, and he's got another mill back here. So he's got the 2 berry patches. Snappy coming by. He's going to see this. He's going to see the spearmen. So Snappy is going to have a pretty good idea of the state of Wizenatic's base. He's looking around. He's looking for the lumber camp. Doesn't find it yet, although he might see these chopped trees here. But he's interested in these villagers right here. So that's what he came for. And where are his scouts? You can see that Wizenatic has very smartly pulled his villagers off of the forward mill. You don't want to be there. And at this point he's realizing, yeah, there's some stuff here. I don't think I can get a free villager pick-off. So Snappy is going to collect his scouts for a little bit. And you generally don't want to go in until you've got 5 scouts. Alright, 3 scout cavalry. He's doing the wall off. You can wall on this map. Now, if you start to get really far away from your town center, you could encounter the food bears. They don't look very strong. They have 510 food in them, and they have 24 health and 3/3 armor. And they have 12 attacks. So they have the same statistics as an iron boar. And they will attack you automatically, even if you don't attack them first. But it looks like Snappy's wall isn't so greedy that it includes this iron boar here. This bear, the food bear. Both players trying to wall up as much as they can. And here we go. Snappy is coming in and looking for damage now. I think Wizenatic may have seen him. Yeah, Wizenatic knows that he's here. Snappy trying to get the drop on this spearman here. Finish it off before it can do much damage. And unfortunately for Snappy, he took a lot of damage from that. However, he did manage to come through with 3 scouts. But one of those scouts is super injured, and Wizenatic recognized that, and so he just turned around and fought it. Snappy's going to try to get a villager pick off. But I don't think he's going to succeed. This spearman here is just causing too much havoc for him. He's got more. He keeps on wanting to fight the spearmen to kill them and get them out of the way, but there's just too many. There's too many. He's got 5+1, so he could potentially kill spearmen faster, but Wizenatic is doing too good of a job keeping him away. Wizenatic is too vigilant from the previous game. Wizenatic knows that Snappy likes to be annoying and raid his economy, and Wizenatic is not going to let that happen again. He's even put these spearmen on patrol to cover this section, which is pretty funny. Meanwhile, Wizenatic in on Snappy's base, but again, I don't really see where any damage has been done, although Wizenatic does have a big villager lead. It actually says that there are 5 to 4 kill to deaths, but I think that those are just military. I think those are just scouts basically dying to spearmen. I don't understand the big villager difference. These guys did not build a dock, which is not surprising. If you're going for lightning scouts, you don't have time to build a dock. You need those resources for other things. You need to be sending your villagers over to food and clicking up instead of sending villagers over to wood to take wood to build a dock and build fishing ships to then get food, because it's just slower. So these guys are having their mirror scouts fight. Snappy wants to kill a villager, but he can't quite get there. He's too hotly pursued. Actually, he did get a lady over here. Look at that. So he did get a berry picker. So Snappy with a villager pick-off here. He's only behind by 1 villager now. He's trying to micro these scouts to be able to get something. He wants a little bit more. Wizenatic is on his way up to the Castle Age. Let's see where Snappy's at. I feel that... Okay, nope, Snappy is on his way up to the Castle Age too. So both players have not over-invested in Feudal Age. They fought. They had to fight. If you don't invest in military in Feudal Age on most Alaska maps, you can't greedy fast castle on most Alaska maps. If you don't invest in defense in Feudal Age, like other competitive Age of Empires maps, you will get crushed. We've seen that before. We've seen people try to greedily fast castle. Maybe there might be, every once in a while, you might be able to get away with it, depending on your map generation, but for the most part, it's not possible. So we saw these guys tussle with some scouts, but they never really did lasting damage to each other, although Snappy did get a villager pickoff from what we saw. Maybe Wizenatic got one too, just don't know. Oh, here we go. Well, now we'll know for sure whether or not Wizenatic gets a villager pick-off, because we'll see him pick off 1 villager. And Wizenatic gets a 2nd villager. Oh my goodness. Snappy quick walling here, but he's got to... Yeah, there we go. He's got to build the palisades. Wizanatic is in Castle Age. And what happens now? He adds another town center, Wizanatic style. And he's making camels. Alright. Wizanatic is going into camelry. Interesting choice. And Snappy hits the Castle Age. What is Snappy doing with the Castle Age? He should be making knights. I imagine that that is what he is doing. Yeah, he's making knights. He's only got one stable to do it from, though. I think that Snappy's... I don't even know... Okay, he got in. Snappy was not expecting Wizanatic to be able to get in this way. Wizanatic has actually even gotten the light cav upgrade. Snappy doing the quick wall. Gate going down. And they're just going to fight here. And Snappy, confident that he's going to win this, so he's just going to wall it here. Knights are very effective against light cav. But that was an unfortunate raid for Snappy. The fact that Wizanatic managed to get in. So what does Snappy do now? I think that Snappy builds a monastery and plays defensively. It seems that he's making an archery range for some strange reason, which I don't... Oh, you know what? I bet that he wants to make archers or cavalry archers against the camels. I bet that's the plan. The plan is to have a mobile army of cavalry archers and hussars. Maybe some knights mixed in. And the low pierce armor on the camels will be punished by the cavalry archers or archers. That's my prediction of what's going to happen here. He's not going to make pikemen. Because pikemen are too slow and unsexy. So Wizanatic looking to get in. He's going to come over here and he's going to attack this house instead. I would actually attack this house because you could fit more camels around it. And why not both, says Wizanatic. Monastery to create a monk, and a monk to drive these camels away. Husbandry coming in for Snappy so that he can keep ahead of things. Wizanatic on 3 town centers. He's booming up. Let's take a look at the villager count. It's 57 to 43. Snappy has only just now added his 2nd town center. And Snappy building a gate so that he can conveniently move in and out of his base without deleting anything. I love this. Look at these stone walls. Snappy making stone walls. Doesn't want to have to deal with repairs. He's got the monk here to chase these camels away. So Wizanatic, he's not able to get in yet. He knows he's ahead. He's got an advantage. He had a very effective scout raid back here. But he can't get in. And Wizanatic also doing a good job of getting relics again. Maybe Wizanatic will actually just collect all the relics. Let's see what Wizanatic knows about the relics. Does he know where all the relics are? No. He does not. He knows where this one is. And he's found some of them. But maybe Wizanatic will take this opportunity to respond to this night raid. Well, that's annoying. Snappy with the pro night raiding moves. Knights are trapped. Wizanatic trying to trap these knights even further, but can't. He decides not to take the bait. So Wizanatic just coming back with the camels to deal with that. But I think that should be Wizanatic's plan, actually, is to just get all of the relics and then win a relic victory. I would actually love to see that. I love to see the different types of victory. So a little bit of a cavalry skirmish here, as Snappy is kind of buying himself some breathing room, I think. I don't really think Snappy, at this point, intends to do much damage to Wizanatic out here. He just wants to keep Wizanatic busy so that he can do his own thing. And it looks like Snappy is investing heavily into archery ranges. So let's see if we can switch to Snappy's point of view and see what kind of technologies he's getting. Oh, he's making cavalry archers, so that actually tells us more directly. Snappy smartly getting this relic to deny Wisnatic the opportunity for a relic victory. Let's see what other relics Snappy knows about. Actually, Snappy's exploration is really good. So he knows about this relic in this corner. And he's doing a good job of getting relics this time. Whereas last time he didn't get relics, and it nearly cost him the game. So Snappy's looking at this like, I want to try to do a better job of getting relics. Because Snappy very nearly lost the first game. Because Wisnatic had that huge relic advantage. It wasn't until Snappy went into siege rams that he was able to secure the win. Wisnatic is back. Looks like he wants to do some more damage. But he knows that Snappy has a monk, so he's going to take a little bit of free HP off of this barracks. And the monk is going to come. The monks are going to come and chase him away. Yeah, there it goes. And so he's going to build this siege workshop and make siege weapons and finish. Meanwhile, Snappy's like, well, I'll just repair this damage that you did. Now, to be fair, I don't think Snappy knows about this siege workshop. No, he does not. Actually, he does. He somehow knows about it. Oh, it's because he had a monk over here, and the monk saw the siege workshop being built. So Snappy pulls these villagers back, but he doesn't reassign them to anything because he knows he wants to do something about it, and he's going to build a stone wall. Wisnatic building a Hindustani castle, and Snappy doing as one should. The only reasonable thing to do in this situation is to stonewall. It's crazy that this castle is built almost as fast as a wall right here. An entire castle. Oh, we've got... That's right. So Wisnatic doesn't get rams because he's a weird civ that doesn't get rams. He gets these armored elephants instead. So Snappy has built another house here to try to keep Wisnatic out. He'll probably build a defensive mangonel at some point. Yeah, there it is. Siege workshop, and he'll queue up a mangonel. He might even sell some gold to do it, or he'll sell something to get the gold to queue up the mangonel. He desperately needs that mangonel, though. Wisnatic is Imperial Age. That's scary. And Snappy just calls the GG. Yeah, Snappy knows. So, how much did Wisnatic... I guess Wisnatic was fully boomed to 100 villagers. Snappy was just too far behind. Wisnatic winning with that late Feudal Age cavalry raid on Snappy. Hurting him very badly, killing some villagers, denying some resources, and setting him back. So, it's almost like this game was decided in the Feudal Age, and Snappy was just hanging on until then. But yeah, once Snappy saw Imperial Age, he's like, yeah, nope, I can't do this. GG. Alright, well, so Wisnatic tying it up 1-1 against Snappy with a really solid strategy on Yukon River Gold Rush. They played it kind of like... They played it a lot like Arabia. It's like we were seeing Arabia being played. We didn't really see the river come into effect much, although... on the one hand, like, even the smallest differences of starting with a few extra villagers could have dramatically changed the game. It made sure that these players had a good scouts build. And they did. I think their scouts builds, honestly, were kind of equivalent. The difference is that Wisnatic did a better job of shoring up his base and keeping himself safe than Snappy did, because Wisnatic remembered what happened to him in the previous game. If Wisnatic's base were as safe in the first game as it was in this game, he would have won that first game pretty decisively. So, now having shown that, let's take a look at the next set of players that we're going to be... Actually, first of all, let's look at the statistics. I always forget about the statistics. I like to skip them. 25 kills and deaths. So it's not like Snappy had a huge military debacle. Similar army sizes. Just came down to timings and the fact that Wisnatic could afford to go Imperial Age because he wasn't set so far behind. Each capturing 2 relics, 1 total castle. Returning to replays. So now we're going to look at Oladushek versus Leon. So Oladushek is from Belarus. He is around mid-1900 and Leon is around mid-1700s. But we've seen Leon do some pretty inspirational things in our league in the past. He's won some pretty crazy games. Very flexible player. Leon is from Hong Kong, I believe. So I'm really looking forward to this next set. Let's... oh, I guess I should be showing that, huh? So Oladushek, yeah, mid-1900s, and Leon mid-1700s. So let's take a look at their civilization draft. Their map draft first, sorry. We're going to see China Hot Springs again, because that is the map of this round, and we're featuring round 4 today. And then they're banning Kenai Peninsula, Itkiagvik, Columbia, Denali, Chandalar Lake, and Yukon Gold Rush. And that leaves Kodiak at the end, so they're going to play on Kodiak. And Oladushek banning Spanish, Georgians, and Vikings. He's afraid of Vikings for some reason. And Leon banning Persians, Lithuanians, and Mongols. So pretty classic bans there, with Oladushek mixing in the ban of the Spanish because they're playing China Hot Springs, and Spanish feel like a lot like, or the map feels a lot like Nomad. So it's kind of a Nomad style map ban. Alright, let's zoom in and get to casting. We'll untoggle the Fog of War here. Oladushek immediately, as Koreans, he builds a forward dock. That's funny. Leon's going to build over here. I like this. This is interesting. It's kind of further to the left. He's got some decent wood options. He's building right on the gold, and he's going to be very heavily invested in water. And he's building a mill, and he's going to mill the fish. I actually don't know what this is. I mean, is Leon actually going to invest in fishing ships? Tell me Leon's actually at least making fishing ships. What? No, he's not. He's playing as the Armenians. So this map made by Sing Sing AoE, Chinese scripter, made several maps for many big tournaments in Age of Empires. We're very lucky to have Sing Sing's talent with us for Alchemy League. It's inspired by the real-life location China Hot Springs in Alaska. They're a real place. You can go and visit them if you have enough money and time. Outside of Fairbanks. You can have like some decently warm, geothermally heated water running through snowy landscape like this. So, what's going on here, though? Okay, so Leon is building a fishing ship. I don't know if Leon's going to build another fishing ship. But it seems like this is kind of a strange choice to mill these fish when Leon could have just built a dock. And then not only would Leon be able to drop the fish off at the dock, but the dock would be able to make fishing ships. But Leon has not done that. I'm wondering if... So there are two possibilities, basically. Leon is either a pro at this map and has like developed a build order where they need... where he needs exactly that wood difference between the mill and the dock. Like he knows, hey, no, I can't afford to spend all of this 175, or maybe it's 150 wood on a dock. I need that 50 extra wood. I'm going to build a mill instead. And then he executes this beautiful build order and dismantles Oladushek before our very eyes. Or Leon just forgot that docks can accept fish from villagers. And he has no clue about this map, and he's just making things up. Those are the two possibilities that I see. Oladushek is a little bit more predictable in the sense that Oladushek is unpredictable. Oladushek is playing as the Koreans. Oladushek is going to try to kill his opponent as quickly as possible. It will probably be a tower rush. Oladushek loves his wild strategies, and we love Oladushek because of that. He likes to experiment with different strategies on different maps. You know, some players like to do the same thing every time, but other people like Oladushek like to play crazy. And that's why we love him. So, okay, so Leon is actually going to click up on 16 villagers. I cannot believe this. 16 pop. No, 18 pop. Leon is, I guess he's got a fishing ship that came out. and he made another villager, and he's up to feudal age, an 18 pop feudal, you guys. Let's take a look and see what Oladushek is doing. Oladushek is on 25 pop because he's been building a lot more fishing ships than Leon. Okay, so guys, I think that Leon has a plan. I think Leon has a plan. I don't know what that plan is. I don't think that plan involves water aggression. Maybe it does. He's got all these rotting geese underneath his town center. What on earth is this? Okay, here we go. This villager could tell us what's going on. So here comes Leon. We see Oladushek's point of view. He sees the villager briefly, but he doesn't react to it. So maybe he didn't see it. And Leon is building a barracks. Let's go. And I'm wondering, what is this? Is this going to be like long swords or something in the feudal age? All right, Oladushek coming out this way. The Korean villagers have extra vision, so they can be pretty useful to scout with. He does not see the barracks. Yeah, the barracks is here. And Oladushek may be looking for that villager. I'm not sure. Oladushek is going up to the feudal age, so this villager could be an offensive villager. But Oladushek looking for something. Oops. Okay, he does see the barracks. He comes back. Let's disable that view lock because it's distracting me. And then there is an archery range here. All right, so Oladushek smartly, he did see it. He did send the villager out. It's like, well, you know, I know I just saw a builder just walk across in front of my dock. It's fine. Said not Oladushek, did not say that. And that was smart because now Oladushek's like, oh, crap, I see these two buildings here. I better build an outpost and keep an eye on what my opponent is up to. So Leon coming over here with the two villagers now, and I'm not really sure exactly what he's going to do with these villagers. Oladushek hits feudal age, and we're going to see quite the brawl, I think. Oladushek with 20 villagers, and how many villagers does... No, he's got more than 20. Oh, this says he's got 20... Oh, it's because of fishing ships. So he's got 30 population. That's how we have to look at it. And Leon has 24 population. So Oladushek has a population advantage against Leon. But Leon has an archer here, and he's got a scout here, and he's villager fighting, and he's going to drive Oladushek off of berries with these 4 crappy feudal age units, which is pretty funny. What's Oladushek doing? Oladushek is building a market. Why are you building a market, Oladushek? He probably just wants... Oh, okay, all right. So now that we're at Oladushek's point of view, Oladushek is going greedy, naked, fast castle. And Leon is building a tower on Oladushek's gold. I love it. Oladushek is responding with a tower of his own. Leon coming up with archers. And he's going to try to do some damage here. Oladushek's villager taking damage. This tower is going to go up. I believe that that tower will go up. And Oladushek losing a villager. And Leon is forced to abandon this tower, I think. I don't think he can finish this tower. He should not try to finish this tower. He will lose everything. So he's just going to build a house. And Oladushek is going to be up to castle age, so this tower will be a keep. But Leon doesn't know that. Let's see where Leon is at. Leon is still making villagers. He's got an archer. He's got the tower here. He wants to finish the tower, but he's not going to be able to. So he's just going to build this mule cart here and take some stone instead and recover the cost of the stone, which is a little bit funny. Oladushek wants to take stone himself. Leon could actually be denying this. He should be denying this. He should have his archer here, and he should be preventing Oladushek from taking that stone. Oladushek controls very little map. Oladushek has not built ships because Leon has nothing. I guess he built one ship. But he hasn't invested much in Navy because Leon is not trying to go Navy. Oladushek burning this deer, which is pretty funny. So Leon sees that Oladushek is on stone here, and he sends his archer, and he's just going to put it on stand ground right here and just be a nuisance. And he really should be making more archers to prevent this. Oladushek is going to fight one archer, and then he's going to wall this off so that more archers don't come in. And Oladushek has made a galley to defend this side of the pond, and the archer's going to come over here and reunite with this archer. So Oladushek, as far as he's concerned, he's secured food with the river, he's secured wood, he's secured gold, and he's secured stone. So Oladushek with the naked fast castle. We're going to see if Leon can punish it. Remember that Oladushek is 200 elo ahead of Leon, essentially. So Leon is definitely at a skill disadvantage here. But maybe Oladushek can... Maybe Leon can make something happen. Cookie Pirate saying people go out into those in midwinter. Oh yeah, the hot spring. I'm sure it's quite delightful. Leon getting close to clicking up to the Castle Age himself. Oladushek has made a turtle ship. Let's go. This turtle ship is going to be very effective at pressuring this town center. Even though the turtle ship doesn't outrange the town center, it's just got so much pierce armor that it doesn't matter. The town center can hardly harm this turtle ship. And the turtle ship is just going to whack this town center, which is uphill, luckily for the town center. So that will mitigate some of the damage, but still, having this turtle ship here, super annoying. Leon has relocated his economy. He's not really taking any resources from this town center anymore. He's not on gold, that I can see. Oladushek building outposts here. This villager's going to go down, though. This is kind of a little bit of a greedy outpost. Oladushek leading Leon to this gold. I don't know that he wants to do that. Although Leon already knew about it, so I suppose it's fine. Oladushek walling that in. Leon has to come around. He's going to try to find that villager. You can't leave a villager unaccounted for if it belongs to Oladushek. If an Oladushek villager is unaccounted for, it means you're going to get tower dropped or surprised with a sneak stable or something. So Leon knows he needs to come back here and find that, and he does. Villager's right here. And Oladushek beginning the guard tower push. Leon is up to Castle Age. He does manage to kill that villager, and he's going to build a new town center back here. He's actually going to build 2 town centers. So he's going to try to boom and catch up to Oladushek now. Oladushek got lucky enough with his start, or maybe Leon got unlucky enough with his attack that he wasn't able to deny Oladushek's resources despite Oladushek going greedy, fast castle. Oladushek sending more villagers to work on this guard tower. And Leon's going to take these resources. He's got an archery range, but he's not getting the crossbowman upgrade because he has no gold. He needs to come over here on the gold. He's heavily invested in stone. I'm wondering if he's going to try to make a castle. He's certainly going to use these archers to keep an eye on what Oladushek is doing. Okay, Siege Workshop. I don't think this is Siege Workshop area. I think this is wall time. I think he would get more value out of walls and booming more back here. But Oladushek wants to continue the tower creep. He's got turtle ships attacking any building that Leon has built too close to shore. What's this back here? I guess Leon just taken some of Oladushek's deer. He decided it was not safe to work on this stone anymore, so he's going to take the deer instead. And Leon building a mangonel. But you can't really kill a guard tower with a mangonel. You need like 3 mangonels to kill a guard tower, maybe 4. Depends on how much support the guard tower has with villagers repairing it and garrisoning inside of it. Oladushek making a dock. I don't really understand the purpose of this dock. Oh, actually I do. This dock is to make more turtle ships. That's what this dock is. Oladushek is just doing what he wants to do. He is playing this game the way that he likes to play Age of Empires. So if we switch to Oladushek's perspective, we're probably going to see a turtle ship. Yep, there it is. And the turtle ship will be super annoying. If this turtle ship can come out before this castle goes up, it'll be a huge pain for Leon. Otherwise, this is a pretty good castle location. Oladushek deciding to build a tower here. to help deny this castle. He kills the Mangonel, and now he's going to try to deny the castle. And this might be GG. Turtle ships. The turtle ships got some splash damage, too. Leon's villagers are getting picked off. Look at all these weak boys. So those two villagers both went down to the same cannonball. Okay, so the castle goes up, but dang, at what price? Castle does manage to destroy this turtle ship. And so now this turtle ship is just going to hang out here, but Oladushek getting a ton of free kills off of that. He's gotten 16 kills and only 5 deaths so far. And now he's dropping a castle on his opponent. This castle is very bad for Leon. It's going to deny a bunch of farms. It's going to deny stone. It's basically going to make this town center useless. Although you could still, I suppose, gather wood from back here. It'd be quite dangerous. Because where this castle exists, war wagons can come shortly after. Although the Armenians build this fortified church, and they get that free relic, which is kind of OP. But Alchemy League was designed before the Armenians were. So I don't really think the Armenians were designed with standard victory condition in place. I think that for standard victory conditions, Armenians should not get the free relic in their monastery. It's just retarded. Like, what if you have a map that's designed... They just didn't think about it, too. Just the disrespect. Think about it. What if you have a map that's designed with, like, a bunch of relics in the middle, and your intent is to play a tournament where a player could win if they secured all of the relics? The Armenians can totally blow it off, 4-town center boom, and then the moment before their opponent reaches year 1 on the relic victory, build a monastery in the back of their base, and then just win. That's not fair. So... I really find that the free relic in the fortified church is just hugely disrespectful to the standard victory condition and our community. I'm okay with it for Conquest. Maybe they could hard code it to where they get the free relic on Conquest, and then for standard they get like, or you could even do something like fortified churches generate gold super slowly, like Burgundian Vineyards or something like that. There were other ways to give them a bonus for like passive gold income for just building monasteries. I know, turtle ships. Turtle ships and war wagons. Cookie Pirate, he hates the Koreans. I mean, he hates the civilization, not the people. Oladushek coming in on this side, and Leon knows that he's pinned. Can't do anything. Leon tried to get the quick damage in, but he wasn't quite fast enough. If he had had like 4 archers here, it could have been different. Even if he had had 4 archers here, it could have been different. I think that this was a lot closer than people realize. Cookie Pirate says he hasn't seen Koreans played much this season. It's true. I think that they're a lot better than people realize. We saw them a lot last season because people loved them on Nicaea. Oladushek with 24 kills, 5 losses. 12 buildings raised, 3 lost. But the turtle ships, outcompeting Leon on economy. Leon much faster to feudal. Oladushek much faster to castle. The fast castle. Ugh, he got away with it. That's okay, though. That's okay. Every once in a while, that's fine. So now Oladushek is going to play as the Armenians. And Leon is going to play as the Japanese, and they are going to play on Kodiak. So Kodiak is a map that was made by Cookie Pirate for Alchemy League. It's similar to a previous map that he made called Rapa Nui, except this one's prettier. It's got more biomes, it's got a more jagged coastline, although this one actually looks pretty smooth. Sometimes they've got big bays coming into the side. It's got lots of Kodiak bears, too. And Oladushek, so the first win goes to Oladushek. And now Leon is going to try to tie up the set. So Japanese are a popular civilization because their production points, their mills, their mining camps, their lumber camps are all half off. Now, it'll be interesting to see what he does with the food bears. The Armenians are just going to move to the food bear, and they can just take the food bear, which is kind of unfortunate. We don't really have a luring situation possible. Maybe we should design the bears, should have designed the bears differently, but it is what it is for now. Maybe for a future season of the league or a different application, we can change the design of the bears. Oladushek is going to push in this deer. Now, guys, note that Oladushek has an Eagle Scout. Many of you might be saying, what's with the Eagle Scout? Armenians don't get eagles. Well, we wanted to pay homage to the cultural significance of eagles in Alaska. And therefore, we gave the players Eagle Scouts, starting out with, even if they are not Mesoamerican civilizations. So Oladushek has not gone out to take his Kodiak bears yet. He's just chopping stragglers. He hasn't really built much of anything. I guess just a couple of houses. And he's going to push this deer in. And the purpose of the deer is, I guess, just get that food income in so he doesn't have to worry about it later. And Oladushek, for whatever reason, has a goose over here. And Leon probably wants to go steal that goose. How did that goose get there? Oh, Oladushek explored with it. So he almost just gave Leon that goose, which is an interesting choice. I guess he values the ability to push his deer in more than the goose itself, but he still wants to find his opponent. The free upgrades to guard towers and keeps for Koreans is underrated. I agree. So Oladushek exploring. Leon is going to build this dock here as Japanese. And I think Oladushek's going to find that with his goose. Yep, he discovers it. So Oladushek has already built a dock, but I don't think Oladushek has made any fishing ships from the dock. He's making one now. Okay. We haven't really seen players use these islands out here, which is kind of unfortunate. I think it could be a lot of fun to get some fishing economy going, depending on what the situation looks like. Maybe you build a dock, and then you make a transport ship, and you come out here and you transport out this way, and you offload, and you build another dock here, so you close this off, and then you've got all this fish in here that you could take. It's really kind of pretty. Maybe you build a tower to defend the dock. And the dock is like closing off this bay. So Oladushek is not close to clicking up to the next stage, and I don't know that Leon will be either. Now, Leon is not going up as quickly this time, although he did wall his villager in, which is smart. Leon has not gotten loom yet. It looks like he has it in the queue. But in the meantime, he's going to build some walls here just to make sure that Oladushek can't pick a fight with him. Oladushek has gotten loom, though. Leon over here exploring. Leon actually could take advantage of the hill, and he could kill Oladushek's villager, and that might be what he tries, even though the villager has loom. Oladushek prepared for it. I think he's worried that it would happen, but no, it does not happen. Leon needs to be careful not to get too close to this bear, otherwise it'll attack him. Actually, maybe the bear doesn't attack scout units by default. Leon on his way up to the feudal age now, 24 population. He likes to go up fast, but Oladushek is faster. Oladushek's going to be up to the feudal age even sooner. Neither player has gone after their bears. So Oladushek has not gone after his bears, and Leon's got 1-2 bears out here. He has not touched them either. They are 500 food. So the bears, in my opinion, are non-trivial. I feel that the players should care about them a little bit more. I'm wondering whether or not the bears would have benefited from like a random attack radius instead, so it's harder to predict how far away you have to stand from the bears in order to aggro them. That would have made the players respect the bears even more. Because you can kind of kite the bears based on their radius, some people are saying. It would have been better just to let the bears free roam instead of putting them on defensive stance. Scout fight. Leon's got an advantage. He has more health here. At least it looks it. Yep, Leon winning with 1 HP, which is pretty impressive. So that's a good win for Leon there. Oladushik is not going to be able to scout what Leon is up to. Leon built this barracks, but Oladushik doesn't know about it. He doesn't know about this barracks, and he doesn't know that Leon is making an archery range. Oh, Cookie Pirate hates playing against the Koreans. Playing with them or as them is fine. And Cookie Pirate says this. Bear in mind that Cookie Pirate says this having played against Smokey's Koreans. Smokey's Koreans are pretty insane. Some people do Koreans differently, and Smokey does them very well. So Oladushik, Feudal Age, he's getting Town Watch. Oladushik investing in galleys. So Oladushik wants the galley mass. He feels that he's far enough away from his opponent that galleys make sense. He has time to mass them up. And Leon doesn't want to invest in ships. He wants to make a fire galley to defend, just to give himself as much time as possible with these fish. But Leon is doing archers instead. And that could be very devastating against Oladushik. Oladushik is going to see this coming. That's why he built this outpost here. He's going to see them coming. He's got outposts around his base. And he's just going to try to relocate his villagers and stay ahead of this. Oladushik building a tower to keep his woodlines safe. He sees these archers coming. He knows. Actually, Oladushik is on stone as well. He wants to be able to build multiple towers. He's fleeing. Leon's going to follow. He's going to spot this tower. And he actually could camp at the base of the tower if he wanted to, but he decides to leave. Oladushik just going to build a few towers around his base. Oladushik is pop-capped as well. So what does Leon do? Leon is making another archer, and he's going to finish walling off his base. I don't think Leon needs to wall off his base. I think Leon knows that he is ahead here. Oladushik is not making military. He is just tower defense. Tower defense for his base. Is Leon going to get here, though, and deny this tower? That would be huge. These villagers have fletching. If he can deny this tower, he can actually win. Because then Oladushik can't make any more. He's going to let the tower go up, which I think is a mistake. I think he could have killed a lot more. But maybe he's looking at it like, oh, you know, I've got archers out. I know where my opponent's golds are. My opponent may have safe wood and safe stone and may be able to build an infinite number of towers. But I'm going to make that very expensive. And he has to leave. So probably what Oladushik will have to do is build another tower here. And then build another tower here, and then try to secure the gold that way. The good news for Oladushik is that he has cleared out Leon's navy. Leon did not intend to invest much in navy. Leon is all about the land aggression, and we can see that Leon is almost up to the next stage, and he clicks. So yeah, actually, Oladushik's going to do the slightly smarter thing and build the tower underneath his town center. Leon does not want it going up. Sends his archers, gets another villager pick off. So this is an example of an archer rush that is going right for Leon because Oladushik has invested in galleys instead of Castle Age. Leon really wants to deny this tower. He knows that if he can get to Castle Age without this tower going up, it's GG. If Leon can get crossbows with Bodkin camping this, and he knows his opponent's very desperate to get this tower up too, which is sort of reinforcing his behavior. He gets another villager kill, just trying to pick off as many villagers as he can, and he decides to leave before taking too much damage. Maybe he'll just have his crossbows camp this location and this location, and they should be able to deny most of the gold that way. So Oladushik is at 27 villagers. He is fish booming like a madman, though. Oladushik can do whatever he wants on water. Leon has given it away. He's making fishing ships from 3 docks. And he's building a market. Leon is about to hit Castle Age, and he's getting cavalry. Cavalry archer, or cavalry armor. That's an interesting choice. I would think he would want to get crossbowmen. Maybe not. Maybe he just wants to dive this with knights and be done with it. Or try and be done with it. But I would think that the archer upgrades would really help him here. Maybe Leon's judgment is that Oladushek is nowhere near the Castle Age and he has time to go knights and rams, and that's why he's doing this. But if it were me, I'm just saying, if it was me... Oh, he's going to build a tower instead. Alright, that's even better. If it were me, I would have gotten crossbow and bodkin. Oladushek coming out this way, he's going to go over to this gold. And he's going to cross his fingers and he's going to hope and pray that Leon doesn't know about that gold, which he doesn't. Leon does not know that there's a gold here. And Oladushek does. So Oladushek able to take the gold, and he's going to build a tower to defend it. And Leon doesn't know. It's Oladushek's sneaky little gold. It's his own little secret. Oladushek is 2/3 of the way up to Castle Age. Probably more like 3/4 at this point. So he just needs to survive until he can build a defensive siege workshop. That's my prediction. So Leon coming over here, relocating Oladushek's wood. Oladushek has to, and he's got the knights too. Oladushek has to get to the next stage quickly. Oladushek ungarrisoning. He's going to shank down this ram. Doesn't want to have to deal with that. He will make it up to the Castle Age. Mangonel here, getting Oladushek off of the gold. I don't know why Oladushek would take that gold. He's got gold here. Doesn't really need it that badly. It's not worth losing villagers over. Oof, this Mangonel, though. He needs to garrison that... Garrison. Okay, he gets the fortified church up. Fortified church will allow him to build warrior priests. Warrior priests are like monks, but they're a little bit tankier, a little bit more capable of dealing damage. Hyder says, I just tuned in and I see towers. It's an Oladushek game, alright. Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, actually, he's doing fortified churches now. Because he's out of stone. Okay, he's going to go back and take some stone. And he's got this sneaky gold here. Oladushek has taken his opponent completely off of water. What was this here? He's taken his opponent completely off of water, so Oladushek is free to fish boom and clear the sea out. And he has a lot of fishing ships. Could almost click up to Imperial Age, really. These fortified churches cannot return the fire of these mangonels. He needs to make some monks to deal with these knights. No, you can't villager fight them. That fortified church has gone down. Leon is pushing in. Oladushek is in trouble. Oladushek could be making knights of his own, or maybe he could be selling food and making monks. I'm not sure why he's not making more monks, getting redemption, that sort of thing. Okay, he's got pikemen. Pikemen and these warrior priest guys. Warrior priests can heal each other. Mangonel would really help Oladushek right now. Relic pops out. I wonder if Oladushek will rebuild out here. I would lose it if he did that. If he rebuild out here and then won. I think the big island is just too valuable. What's this? Another fortified church. Come on. What's going on, Oladushek? Keeps on building fortified churches. But fortified churches do not have the range for him to do what he needs to do. So he's just going to take this gold instead. I don't believe that fortified churches are a drop point, but he's got this mule cart right here. And he's very housed, so Oladushek is going to build some more houses with his sneak gold villagers. Neither player got their food bears. These are the ones for Leon. And the food bears for Oladushik are here, and... oh, maybe it got killed. I don't know. I do know that he didn't get it. He may have gotten... Oh, no, here it is. Here's his other food bear rotting away. So he built a fortified church on it and then just shot it. Okay, he's got enough warrior priests now. He's going to come in and charge the mangonels. He's going to try to get his opponent to attack the archers, I guess, with his mangonels. No, well, he does manage to clear most of the archers. This warrior priest destroying 1, 2. 2 mangonels are down. A third mangonel goes down. Very expensive fight. Somehow Oladushek's score is close. If you guys see this and you're wondering how the heck is this even close, this is the reason out here. Oladushek has the resources to go to Imperial Age. He just doesn't have the map. When was the last time you lacked the map to go to Imperial Age? Oh, you know, there's no flat terrain for me to put a town center on and click up to Imperial Age. That is the weirdest problem to have. I guess it makes sense that only Oladushek would have a problem like that. More warrior priests under production. He's got to watch out, though. Yeah, he needs to garrison these fortified churches. No town center, no problem. Just build fortified churches. Oladushek is going to build a siege workshop here. We can tell that Oladushek is having a blast, by the way. It's warrior priests. What are these? Oh, okay, they're healing. That's what that motion is. Oladushek Tower is going to go down. And he's probably going to rush in and destroy this mangonel again. Because he had so much fun doing that the first time. He needs to build more houses, though. He's got his gold building... Well, his gold mining villagers should be building more houses, but they are too busy chopping wood, which Oladushek needs in order to build houses, so I guess that's why he's not building them. He's got the wood to build a house, though. He should. Where is he going to build that house? Still massing the warrior priests. Fortified church under repair. I think he's going to be able to keep ahead of that, at least for now. Okay, he did get some more houses up. I don't know where. Oh. Bear picking a fight with the knight, and actually took... Look at all this health it took off. It's crazy. Okay, Oladushek diving this with his warrior priests and forcing Leon off. That villager goes down pretty quickly. So he gains a little bit of ground that way, but not very much. The warrior priests are fun because they heal each other. He's building a market. Imagine having the resources to click up to Imperial Age, but not having the buildings because you don't have space to build those buildings. Imagine being Oladushek right now. This is why I love Alchemy League. So Leon deciding to castle drop this location. It would secure Oladushek's gold. I guess Oladushek really could and should be like trying to build a town center somewhere. I don't really know what his excuse is. I think he could probably sneak something up right here if he sent his warrior priests over and killed this knight. Okay, here it is. He's going to build a town center here. And Leon does not notice. Actually, let's check this knight's line of sight. I don't even think this knight can see that. Yeah, this knight cannot see this one villager building this town center here. Oladushek deciding to go around. Yeah, he can't. He's going to move this villager in case this knight sees it. He's busy, though. He's got his warrior priests over here. But Leon has switched into cavalry archers, and now the warrior priests are struggling to keep up. Everybody loves cavalry archers these days. Oladushek's warrior priests are destroying this watchtower. Is Oladushek going to make a comeback? He's saying, alright, fine. Cavalry archers aren't going to fight me. I'm just going to run away. And I'm going to heal my guys up from time to time because they can do that. He's going to pull all of these. Alright, so he stops chasing him, and now Oladushek knows that he can come in here and try to do some damage. Oladushek sees this town center. He's got to be careful, though. He could get trapped. Bear coming to attack the warrior priests, but doesn't last long because warrior priests are powerful. They have the moves. Opens up this wall, but the cavalry archers will be in position to prevent him from coming in. He's got to withdraw. What do Oladushek's resources look like? Oladushek is headed up to the Imperial Age, boys. So Oladushek finally built, saying, I don't need any more villagers. 11 villagers is fine. But I do need Imperial Age. So Oladushek building this town center solely for the purpose of clicking up to the Imperial Age. What is Oladushek going to do with the Imperial Age? I don't know. Probably capped ram from this siege workshop would be my guess. But it's Oladushek, so you never know. Warrior priest trying to escape that way. I would love to see Oladushek come back here and colonize this. He could take a lot of safe wood back here. Just build a transport ship, man. Come on over here and take wood. You own the water. Your opponent cannot interfere with you. But I know wood is tight for Oladushek. He does not have a castle, so he can't make trebuchets. So I think it will be rams. It'll be warrior priests, garrisoning, and capped rams. Hyder asking, what does Imp give him? So it seems that chat is a little bit delayed. Oladushek delivering this relic to Leon. Which is very strange pathing with this warrior. What the... He's like trying to get around these villagers, and Leon's like, "Oh, stop! Get back here! I want that." Kills Oladushek's warrior priest that was moving that relic. So now Leon has a relic that's even closer to his base. This map is very thickly forested. I guess the warrior priest failed to path around the edge. So here's your answer. Imperial Age gives him the final armor upgrade for the warrior priests. If he got enough of them, he could maybe storm the base of this castle. I don't think that Leon has murder holes. So warrior priest with 5 pierce armor now. Tear through that cav archer. He needs to make a different unit. Oladushek, make a different unit. Make a mangonel or something to deal with this. Maybe some scorpions? I don't know. Alright, he's got the ram. He's got the ram, boys. And these warrior priests are walking up in that ram like they're going to get in it. But no. They're just going... Oh, no, there they go. Alright, so he's got warrior priests inside of this ram. And he's probably going to get capped ram. That would be my guess. Let's see how far away Leon is from Imperial Age. Leon is 2/3 of the way up to Imperial Age. Guys, remember that these players are both super good. Like, Leon would destroy me in a 1v1. So, even though I might pick on both of the players, know that they are very good players. It's just possible that one player can make another player look very noob. They just play in a different game than I am. So Leon running around. I don't understand how these cav archers... I guess this is kind of like a... If your opponent has no economy to raid, then the cavalry archers are just kind of bored. So Leon making these cav archers for mobility and raiding purposes, and Oladushek's just like, well, joke's on you, I have no economy. He can't raid because cavalry archers can't get out here. Oladushik is fishing, and then the one place maybe where he could raid, these villagers are right next to a fortified church. So this castle, though, is still a problem for Oladushik. He should try to do something about it. And this samurai gets out and it kills the warrior priest. And with Leon hitting Imperial Age, Oladushik finally calls the GG. So Leon has tied it up 1-1. Oladushik over-investing into water. Leon doing a damage to Oladushik on land that Oladushik never really recovered from. This gold was pretty bad for Oladushik. I think he should have focused more on it. The fact that his 2 golds were in a similar location. If he had, it could have been a very different game. But overall, some very fun sets today to cast. Let's take a look at the statistics. 70 kills for Leon, 659 deaths, raising 17 buildings, losing only 5, largest army 41. Economy, of course, Leon dramatically ahead. Technology, Oladushik is up first for most of this, except Leon was faster to Castle Age because Oladushik overinvested in galleys. Society status, Oladushik got 3 relics, Leon got 2. And Oladushik with 45 villager high to 93 villager high for Leon. So overall, some really fun games to cast today. I really appreciate all of you guys who tuned in, supporting the stream. Keeps me going, keeps us, instead of me just being like, what am I doing with this? Like, why are we even doing this? Nobody cares about this. When you guys show up, it helps remind me that folks want to see this kind of thing. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed the games. I thought these were very good games, played at a high level on custom maps. I think I wouldn't say that my cast is the best cast in the world, but I think we've got a really good thing going here. And I really appreciate you guys helping to keep that going. So thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you found the games entertaining and it was a good use of your time. And I'm looking forward to casting some more games, perhaps from the future season or future sprint of the same season. So we'll catch you guys later. And stay safe and look forward to more Alaska.